Okay, let's begin. Some news in the market today with a fake ETF approval. Looks like someone leaked something. If I have the story right, I didn't bother to fact check this, but from what I understand, Kobe sent a DM to Cointelegraph or CoinDesk and said that the ETF was getting approved. They reported it. Um, Market reacted, got sold off pretty quickly, and yeah, here we are. Turns out it wasn't real. I don't know if that's truly the source of the misreporting, but either way, they reported it. Turned out not to be true. So we'll see. I will say I think it's a good indicator of sort of what the market would do on a real approval. I mean, people believed this was real for a very short amount of time, and I mean, we got a pretty massive price reaction from 27 all the way to about 30K. So that's about 10%, $3,000 move in Bitcoin on unconfirmed news. So just something to sort of read the tea leaves there, see when this, I believe, inevitably does get approved eventually. We kind of got to see what the market's going to do ahead of time. There's been plenty of debate about, is it a good thing, is it a bad thing? But anyways, here we are. So looking at the Bitcoin weekly, we are still above this 200 EMA, which is good to see. Sort of chopping around in here. We've created a bit of a range. So I mean, news like that I think could get us out of this range. But for now, we're sort of just in purgatory here. Let's just make those blues so we know what we're talking about here. That's basically our range that we're working in now. Low end of the range, confluent with the 200 EMA. Top of the range, so if we bring that up to the real top of the range, just shy of this weekly resistance level here. So I would be looking for this to break one direction or the other. Being above the 200 EMA, I think that gives a little bit of favor to a bullish case, but there's nothing really macro as far as what's going on in the world right now that should make you overly optimistic. Although, I don't know, war's good for markets. I don't know, it's hard to be that cynical, but maybe that's the case. We'll see. I would say just keep your eyes on the chart. Don't try to create narratives. Just play what the chart tells us. And for now, that we're range bound. If we can get above that, break this weekly resistance level, then we got some room to run. We can go all the way up to 48K. I think we'd probably find a new range in here for a little bit. But if we can get into this, I would like to see a test of that and start to create a weekly macro inverse head and shoulders. I think that could lead to the next bull run. Maybe I'm being overly optimistic. Maybe this is hopium, but that's what I'm looking at. But like I said, we need to get out of this range we're in now, get into this sort of 32 to 48K range, come up, test the top of it, and then make a higher low in here, a little pullback, and then up from there. And then ultimately, we'd be looking somewhere around here as our first real untapped supply area where we could see a strong pullback, definitely some supply there, and then sort of go from there and see what happens next before we decide whether or not we're getting blue sky breakouts, Bitcoin to 100K, fun stuff, or are we just sort of just coming up to where we've already been and then dumping back down. So let's look at ETH. Or I guess take a quick look at lower time frames here on Bitcoin. Again, just a ludicrous candle there. And again, I don't know if this price action we're seeing now is just going to fill in that candle, or if we're actually getting a little bullish momentum here. But strong pump to 30K. Now we'll see. Maybe we just grind up, fill it because it was so quick, and then come down back to somewhere in this area. Just sort of just clean up the chart, fill in the gaps, that sort of thing. But over to ETH. Getting a little momentum here. We got the bullish cross on the EMAs. Let's see weekly how we're looking. Okay, weekly is a bit weaker here. Under the 200 EMA. Spent a little time above it. Sort of trying not to lose it now, so we do want to see ETH make a strong move, show some strength in the next week or two, reclaim that EMA 200, and then be a little more confident. But it does look like Bitcoin is leading the way here, which you don't need me to tell you that. You can look at the chart. Bitcoin's up almost 5%, ETH's up 2%. So definitely it's Bitcoin's show right now. And until we get some real strength out of Bitcoin, alts are going to continue to carry more risk. But that said, you guys know I've been dipping my toes into alts. I think there's good discounts out there, but in general, if you're playing margin or something, just I would rather long Bitcoin than long ETH at this moment. And then MC had a little bit of a day. That's a cool chart. Alright, 4 hour. Above the 200. We're trying here. We're chipping away at this resistance. Yeah, we've been trying at this level. It's 36 cents, give or take, this general area for a while. So I would like to see that break and see what upside we can get from there. But I won't bore you with more MC every week. Yeah, Bitcoin, ETH, World War III. I think that covers just about everything for now. Yeah, we'll see you next Monday, and have a good week. See you in the chat. Alright, I'll be right there, guys. Bye.